They're killing us in labor, and they're killing us in energy. They're killing us in entrepreneurial spirit. But the key here, the one that you don't recover from quickly, is energy. And they're doing it under the guise of global warming, which is the biggest scam known to mankind. I'm a guy who is willing to say, look, you have to look at the thermometer. If the thermometer is going up, then the thermometer is going up. You have to look at facts. If that's really happening, then we should address that. However, how do you address it? Should we all be good stewards to the earth? Absolutely. Even if the temperature is not going up, we should be good stewards to the earth. But that's not what's happening. The temperature isn't going up. And they're still saying, they're trying to do this scare. This is why they call it climate change now. Because they knew. But now it's just being verified. Here's the latest.
Yeah, latest report from the UK that the world started getting warmer, or stopped getting warmer, about 16 years ago. The figures.
Say that again. The world stopped getting warmer 16 years ago. Do the math. Do the math on that. How long have you been listening to this global warming scare tactic? At the height of it, it had been over for 8 years.
Yeah, and think about what we're talking about here. We're talking about the world stopped getting warmer when on stage you had Bill Clinton, Bob Dole, and Ross Perot. That was the debate we were talking about when the world stopped getting warmer, according to this latest data, and this is from the Daily Mail in the UK. Figures which have triggered debate among climate scientists reveal that from the beginning of 1997 until August 2012, there was no discernible rise in aggregate global temperatures. The pause in global warming has now lasted for about the same time as the previous period when temperatures rose from 1980 to 1996. And that before that, temperatures had been stable or declining for about 40 years. So you did have one period between 80 and 96, which the temperatures rose slightly. And the preceding that and after that, you have two periods of extended flat. Now remember, the entire claim global warming is built on in the first place is that from 1880 until today, 2012, global temperatures have risen 0.74 degrees Celsius, plus or minus 0.18 degrees Celsius. So there's a nice 24% margin of error built into the number in the first place. But beyond that, I mean, that is not impressive to most people anyway, but to say that it hasn't continued to happen as emissions have increased and increased and increased and increased.
It shows that your data is flawed. Yeah. It shows that what your conclusion that the things that make trees grow is killing the earth.
And actually, some professors, some of the scientists are on board with that. Professor Judith Curry at Georgia Tech said that it was clear the computer models that they used to predict the future warming were deeply flawed.
Yeah.
But Phil Jones, he's the director of the Climatic Research Unit at University of East Anglia, he said that 15 or 16 years is just too short a period from which to draw conclusions.
Oh.
Really? You drew the conclusions from 1980 to 96 to say that we were in severe trouble. Why wasn't that period too short, but this one is?
Yeah.
Bizarre.
It's amazing. And Phil Jones is one of the main guys in the whole ClimateGate email scandal that happened a few years ago.
Right.
But I mean, this is one of the things.
These guys are see, look at this.
Pathetic.
Everybody, and I really do. I think this is what's happening with Mitt Romney as well in the good side. Let these guys just destroy themselves. Just let them destroy themselves. All you have to do is stand up for the truth. You don't have to be vitriolic. You don't have to do all the things that we have done in the past. I wish I would have been a smarter man, but I'm not. But you don't need to do all the things. You don't need to say. All you have to do is just calmly state the facts. Here it is. And they will destroy themselves in the end.
And
because the truth will win.
The fact is that just under the surface of the earth, it's incredibly hot down there, several million degrees. Several million degrees.
Does Al Gore have any credibility with anybody now?
Yes, oh, yeah. It's because of our SUVs that the earth has a fever.
It's crazy.
It doesn't matter
All of
what
that.
evidence is presented to the.
Doesn't
the
matter.
opposite. It doesn't matter
They
to
don't
these
care.
guys. I mean, they're too invested in it. I mean, their entire life's work is.
Oh no, they'll go to their grave.
Yeah.
They'll go to their grave saying that it's happening and whatever. But I'm talking to the average person. Does the average person, when this stuff starts to come out, I mean, you're think of this. They are destroying the American economy. No. Let me. Your parents, your grandparents, maybe you will not be able to afford your electricity rates in 2 years if we stay on this path. You will not be able to afford your electricity rates. You will have lots of extra blankets. Mm-hmm. You will have more people dying because they'll put those space heaters up. They'll try to get warm with a space heater and it'll set their house on fire. You will have many more deaths from cold or from heat, not because the earth is getting colder or warmer, but because people will not be able to keep up with the electricity rates because, in the words of the president, electricity rates will necessarily skyrocket under his plan. And we've already, out of 500 power plants powered by coal, we've already shut down this last year with President Obama, 100 of those. 500 provide 43% of our electricity in the country. 500 coal power plants. We've shut down now 1/5 of our ability to produce energy. And they're going to shut down another 200 plants in the next 2 years. So you'll take 3/5 of our electricity.
Without saying, so far as I know, what they're going to replace it with. Have they ever
Well, they
said?
say it, but it doesn't seem to happen.
They want to replace it with clean energy. What?
What clean energy?
What clean
Things
energy?
like
What
Solar
renewable?
Ultra.
Look,
That's exactly what they're
right,
talking
but if
about.
there was something that was there, look,
It can't,
I'm an innovator. I'm a guy who's an innovator.
You
I
drove a
believe
hydrogen
in
car around.
Right. I believe in the future. I believe in the next generation. And when I see it, and I did believe that the hydrogen car, and it would be, the hydrogen car is the answer if you would get people to build a nuclear power plant. Because unlimited hydrogen can be made while everyone is asleep. Unlimited hydrogen. It's not hard. So I believe in the future and I believe in new technology, but it's not here. When it's here, great. Shut the power plants down. But until it arrives, we need energy. If we are going to lead the world, and that is the question, does the person leading the United States of America want America to lead the world or to be an also-ran, to be like everybody else? Well, I have news for you. As nice as that is, we want everybody to succeed. That means your lifestyle will go down and it will become like the rest of the world. If you think that's a good idea, why don't you just move someplace else? Seriously. I mean, I'll pay for it. I will move you someplace else. Why would you live here?
Yeah, stop sentencing us to the life that you want.
Right. We want to be different. We want to be different.
Yeah, and here's a couple of things for you quickly, Glenn. It's just about priorities. There's only so much money to go around, money that we don't have. I mean, Romney's been throwing this number around, and Ryan has as well in the debates, that we spend about $90 billion on things like green energy and energy efficiency and all this stuff. We spend $30 billion a year on cancer research. $90 billion on this crappy green nonsense, and $30 billion on cancer.
Wow.
Which one would be more important to your life?
And let me tell you something. If you cured cancer, if we as the United States of America cured cancer, we'd pay our debt off.
Oh, yeah. It's
We'd
that
pay
big a deal.
our debt off.
Mm-hmm.